Big guy here. Today, I'm going to talk about how to answer a woman's questions. How to talk to women. Or basically, let's say you're out and about and you meet a chick and she starts randomly asking you questions like, how old are you? What do you do for work? What's your favorite color? All those simple questions that most men just, blur out the answers to. Oh, yeah, I'm a mechanic. Favorite color's blue. Favorite food's pizza. That type of stuff, right? And men think that, the more a woman's questioning him, the more into him she is. And he's just, happy to blurt out answers, right? And the next thing you know, she kind of loses interest. Like you thought she was interested. She's talking to you, asking questions. She wants to know about you. You're answering them. And the next thing you know, her eyes just kind of glaze over. She's bored. She walks away, goes find someone else. One thing I've learned. Don't answer women's questions. At least not at first. You got to make them earn the answer. One of my favorite one is they'll always ask, how old am I? They'll just go, how old are you? And, I used to have a real baby face, and my beard used to be jet black. And so now I guess I look a little older than what I am, or maybe I don't know. I have a questionable age. So a lot of women are very curious about how old I am. And the answer I give them, well, it used to be 17. Now I got to add it up a little bit, like 22. It's complete BS, right? I'm not going to tell them how old I am. They got to earn that. It's privileged information. And if they ask what I do for a living, I'll just, flat out ask them, you a gold digger? Why you want to know? If they ask, what my favorite color of food is, I was kind of laughing about classified information, I could tell you, but the government will come and do bad things to you. And it's just complete bullshit is what it is. And, later on, sure, I'll tell them I'm not ashamed of anything I do, but it's just, you gotta look at it from a woman's perspective. If she's asking a guy simple questions, he just answering them left and right. Just she asks question A, he fires right at her. Question B, he fires right at her. Question C, he fires at her. The way she's viewing it is this guy's either A, a complete pushover, or B, boring. Because there's nothing mysterious about him. There's no challenge to him. She could just have him in an instant. And that's the way she views it. And it's called a game. You got to play the game. There's rules to the game. So, when a woman's asking you questions, don't answer. Make her earn it. Matter of fact, you can completely ignore her or just, ask her questions of herself. Sometimes they'll be like, hey, what do you do for a living? And, that's really a loaded question. I'll get to that in a second. But normally a woman asks, hey, what do you do for a living? I could fire back the gold digger routine, or I could just be like, what do you think I do for a living? And the reason why that's a loaded question is because women try to base a man's social value based on his job. Because we're at this, I never quite put it into words, but kind of this bullshit idea that if you have a 4-year degree or a master's, your social standing should be higher than, say, a construction worker, even though a construction worker might make twice as much as a guy that's a degree. So we're kind of that weird era. But anyways, woman's trying to basically, when she asks that question, she wants to find out your perceived social value so she can brag to her friends. So when she's talking to her girlfriend, she'll be like, oh my God, I met this guy, and guess what? He's an engineer. And nothing else about the guy, nothing about how he's going to treat him, nothing about how he looks, It's just, his perceived social status based on, whatever career he's in. So that's kind of the loaded question. But also, let's say even if he is an engineer, right? The guy answers, yeah, I'm an engineer, and he starts answering off all those questions to her. She's going to, again, lose interest. She'll probably go brag to her girlfriends, yes, talk to this guy's an engineer, but I just wasn't feeling it. So, anytime a woman's asking you questions, and I call them interview questions, they're like the boring, basic questions you get at a job interview, like what do you like to do, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Don't answer them or come up with some crazy, wild answers. Like, even if a girl's texting you, like, hey, what are you doing? I'll always fire back with something stupid like, oh, I just got back in town, CIA flew me out to Kremlin to, try to settle this dispute going on in Ukraine. Just dumb stuff like that. Or I'm out hunting dinosaurs. Or I'm climbing a tree trying to get a kitten out for this little kid. Just stupid, outrageous stuff, but it's better than a nothing. What are you doing? And also, kind of makes you a little bit more challenging, more fun, a bit more exotic, because I guarantee the other 10 guys she's texting ain't saying that type of stuff. So, if you're ever out and about or you're on a date with a chick and she's just asking you these basic questions, what's your favorite food? What do you like to do for fun? You know, I ain't saying lie about what you do. Like, I ain't saying I'm an operator for a private military contract. Don't lie about what you do. Like, don't be ashamed of what you do, but at the same time, she ain't got to know everything right off the bat. She can learn later. You know, women enjoy discovering their man. They enjoy, like, you know, learning all these great things about them. They don't have to know everything up front. And if you tell her everything up front, she's going to lose interest. There's nothing else for her to discover. So, make it challenging for her to learn about you. You know, oftentimes if I'm not telling all the details of my life, women are like, why don't you tell me anything about you? I'll just reply, you know, I'm mysterious. It's in my nature. But that's kind of not true. I'm really an open book. Like, I don't try to hide anything, but it's just, it's the game. You got to play it. So, when she's asking you questions, you know, just tease her about them, kind of lie to her about them. I don't mean lie, like play with them, have fun with it. And if she keeps asking you the same questions, call her out on it. Be like, hey, why are you asking me these boring questions? I mean, even women understand they're boring, because how many guys ask them, what's your favorite color? What do you do for work? What do you do for fun? You know, everybody's tired of those questions, man. So a woman's asking us boring questions. Yeah, she might be interested in you, but she'll lose interest real quick if you give honest, basic answers. I mean, you know, I'm a mechanic. Not ashamed of it. It's a good career. I'm happy with it. But I learned a few things about it. I've literally seen women, like, their eyes, like, glaze over, like, get bored the minute I say I'm a mechanic, because they're thinking, you know, something exciting, like a police officer or a professional wrestler or something, because, you know, I'm a big dude. Or I'm ex-military or something, you know. They think I'm all these exotic things, and they hear a mechanic, they're like, But you know what? If I lie to them about it, make them guess, or I ain't saying lie to them, like, you know, tease them, like, you know, tell them like disposable auto repairman or some just bullshit answer. Eventually, they get the point that, you know, I'm way more than just a mechanic. You know, my career doesn't define who I am, and they kind of stay interested based off that. So it's just one example, you know. Kind of rambling on here. It's been a minute since I made a video. But anyways, the point is, if you're freshly talking to a woman, or someone walks up to you, starts asking random questions about you, make her earn the information. Who is she to know about you until she makes herself worthy to know about you? Like, why should she know what you do for a living? Oh, another reason why people are a mechanic, because they usually follow up with car questions and stuff like that, and that's just like, But yeah, like, if she wants to know how old you are, I mean, I'm sure the reason why she wants to know, but don't just answer her, you know, make her guess. Be like, hey, guess. Or, you know, tell us classified information, or, you know, just be like, buy me a drink, and I might tell you. Just make her earn the information one way or another. It don't matter what it is, whatever question she's asking you. And you know what? Points if you just completely ignore her question. She walks up to you and be like, how old are you? You just kind of look at her and just say whatever comes to your mind. Just are you always this annoying? Or, wow, look at that hair. I don't know, just something crazy, just completely ignoring her question. And just each time she asks you another question, just kind of keep ignoring it, change the subject to something else. It'll drive them crazy. Because most men don't do that. And the minute you start doing that, you get categorized as every other guy. And women don't want every other guy. They want the guy, or a guy they can brag about, or a guy that challenges them, or a guy that, you know, plays with their emotions a little bit. And by not directly answering their questions, you're kind of signifying that you're the type of guy that she should be interested in. Anyway, that's just one little tip of advice about dating. If I keep going on, I'll keep going in circles, ranting about the same things. Big guy out.